Hi there guys, and welcome to Vox Singing Academy's video podcast number 35, and today we have a very special guest at my Dandenong studio because he's come in for a lesson here. We're going to have a lesson after this video podcast, and we have the lead singer from Thornhill, Jacob Charlton, in the studio. Thanks for joining us today, Jake. I really appreciate it, dude.
Thanks for having me.
What's been happening? Well, let me give you a bit of a wind-up firstly. Your band, Thornhill, 2016 released the 13 EP. 2017, you were unearthed Triple J. You won a category in that. We were trying to work out what it was before this. You also, 2018, you released the Butterfly EP. And then this year, the Dark Pool album, your first album, has come out through Unified. And you had your first single, which was...
It was Coven.
Coven?
Yeah.
And then Nurture,
yeah.
which I've heard on Triple J a lot, high rotation.
Yeah.
And your latest single, Where We Go When We Die, has been released as well too. Richard Kingsmill, who is the radio, he's probably
one of the head honchos.
The head honchos there. He reviewed Nurture and he absolutely loved it as well. So I read his review in Unearthed section. You have supported names like North Lane, one of our boys here, North Lane, the Architects, Polaris, Parkway Drive, In Heart's Wake, another one of my boys, Beartooth, Make Them Suffer. You also played...
Just did Enter Shikari.
Enter Shikari, you played the Heaven and Hell Festival, you played the Unified Festival last year as well too. We have just been doing some shows nationally around Australia in support of the Dark Pool album. You're heading over to Europe early next year in support of that as well too. Then back here to play Download Festival, where I'm going to get the download on that. And then we're going to be touring again nationally around Australia, and then possibly world domination after that.
That's the plan.
Fantastic. All right. So, mate, look, it's been a massive year for you, and Thornhill as well too. The critically acclaimed albums come out. You've had great response to that, the fans and the reviewers have given a great reviews. What I've read everywhere, the magazines. So you've got great reviews everywhere. Give us a little bit of a chronological run through of your artistic life so far. Like, when did it start? Give us a run through of when it all sort of started.
Well, I think my parents could tell that I was okay at music from a very early age. I started piano when I was 4. And from there, all I did was pester them to play drums, and they wouldn't let me until I'd learnt the piano properly. So I'd been smashing through that. I joined the Australian Boys Choir when I was maybe 8 years old, and I kept doing that until I kind of got let go because my voice broke.
Yeah.
And then
How old was that? How old were you?
Man, I was probably like 14 or 15 because I was really late for my voice to break.
Yeah.
And so I stopped doing that, and I stopped singing altogether, and I kind of focused more on drums. Played drums at school a lot, played in drums in bands. Then I went from playing drums to playing bass in bands, then I went from playing bass to playing guitar in bands. And at my school, in a lot of the Battle of the Band stuff, there was no singers. And I was like, I could give this a crack, I could have a go. And I was absolutely terrible.
It's the same at our school as well, so we had no singers.
No singers, man. But like I go there now, and there's heaps.
It's in now because of all the competitions and the on TV, so all the reality TV shows. So everyone wants to do it now.
Yeah. So, but I was also the only kid that was screaming really at the time as well.
Yeah.
By screaming, I mean just yelling really loud.
Yep.
And seeing how that worked out. And so we did that, and I kind of got a little bit better because I kind of got more confident. And we did that, and then we just decided, the people who I was playing in Battle of the Bands with, we decided to make a band. So we left school, and with that same amount of vocal knowledge, we wrote 13 and recorded 13 and Butterfly.
Wow.
So I didn't come to you till after Butterfly.
Yes.
So yeah, you can definitely tell.
We did pre-prog on some Butterfly songs.
Yeah, we did, but they already recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I remember, you know,
going through how to do them live.
yes,
Right.
yes. Definitely remember doing that. Wow. So it's been it's been a long process then. So it hasn't
Definitely
been
a bumpy ride.
hasn't been an overnight process. Like a lot of people think, oh, you know, everyone, you know, Thornhill had just broken, but you know, you've been doing it since you were 4. So you know, all of your life you've been basically singing.
I think my parents knew that that's all I could do. I don't really have that much talent anywhere else. Music's all I got, really. I can't work a 9 to 5. I just can't do it.
And you got to do what you enjoy.
You have to,
Yeah.
otherwise there's no point.
As well too. Are you still working at the pizza shop
Yeah, I am.
part time?
Yeah, part-time, but I think they're kicking me out after Europe. I think that's it.
All right, fantastic. That's really good, mate. We're going to get stuck into some questions here. First and foremost, one question that I wanted to sort of start off with, though, before we get into we had quite a few questions that were inboxed to me, and I just picked out, I think, maybe the 5 or 6 most relevant ones, and then I've gone into some more sort of personal stuff towards the end if we have enough time. What was the process about you being signed or getting signed through Unified? Did they approach you or did you approach them?
They actually scouted us at one of our shows. So I'm guessing they go around to a couple of different local shows just to see, you know, either what the hype is about the band or just to see if there's anyone they want to add to their roster. And they came to one of our shows and we met them and we talked with them, and you know, we were stoked, we were very happy, but it wasn't until a lot later that we got a actual, you know, offer and a contract for, I think it was before we'd even released Butterfly, so it was straight off Tempera or Limbo.
Yeah, and
So-
they were singles as well too.
Yeah, they're just standalone, 2 standalones.
They were two standalone singles. If you don't know about those, they were in between.
13 and Butterfly.
Yep.
It's a little stepping stone, pretty much.
Now, with that as well too, did you have any offers from? Did you send your 13 and Butterfly EP to any other record companies? Did you shop it around to any other, or did you send it to Unified, or did they actually they sourced you out?
I think we sent Temper and Limbo around a bit because we hadn't actually got Butterfly. So we actually got the offer before we'd written Butterfly, which was cool. So I think for Temper and Limbo, yeah, we shopped them around a little bit, but we were, you know, extremely stoked with UNFT. So.
With Unified, how come they didn't release Butterfly?
They did.
They did?
Yeah, we did Butterfly through UNFT
Get ya.
as our first
EP.
label release. Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. Now, with the Dark Pool album and even the Butterfly album, did an AR guy person overlook the songs and say, yep, these are going to make it and these aren't? Or did you have artistic control over everything that was released on the EP and the albums?
Artistic control.
Why?
They were very stoked with everything we gave them. Like, we didn't give them stuff too early because with music, you know, you never know where a song's going to be until you think it's finished.
Yep.
You can't just give them demos and be like, no, this is 5 minutes, well, 5 seconds of like what I think this song's going to be, or this is a chorus, or this is that. We were like, you know, we'll send it when we're ready to send what we have.
Yep.
And when we did, their feedback was amazing. You know, they were very happy, they were very supportive, and so, you know, it's the best thing you can ask for with a big label.
Yep. Well, that's fantastic. So really, the hype from you guys playing live out there pretty much attracted Unified to you.
Yeah, which is weird because we were so bad.
But I know that people were in the industry and other bands were talking about you because you were different, but kind of had some elements of some of the bands as well too that they've got. Like I think some of your guitar sounds like earlier North Lane stuff. So I think you've got elements, but I think you've also got something very different to what all the other bands that they've got on there do, especially with your vocal presentation where you nearly have that that ambient kind of singing, nearly to the point of nearly at points choir.
Yeah, you felt that choral influence.
And do you think that you have got that influence from being in the Australian Boys Choir? Because no one does what you do there. That's a very unique nearly at the times you got this heavy music, but then you got this nearly light ambient music, vocal melodies going over the top, and then you obviously have the harder things, and I think things have progressed, and we're going to go into some of your vocal different techniques and colours.
I think we found that out mostly it's like that because I can't really do half cleans, I can't really do the dirty cleans that we've tried to do for months. I just can't do them, so I think
you've got some stuff on.
I have a little bit like butterfly that, but that was just me yelling, singing, remember? Because I didn't know how to sing, so I was just like, if you want to get high, do you push really hard? And from me doing that, it just made my vocal cords just like smack so hard that it was distorted. But like, I think a lot of it, I reckon probably quiet influence for sure.
Yeah. We're gonna go because there is actually a question regarding that as well too. So now let's just get into some questions there. So thank you for that. That was really insightful. What is your pre and post gig vocal preparation and or routine?
Okay, so right now I'm still playing around, because you still got to find what you like. I do about 3 ungs.
Yep.
I do 2.
For those of you that don't know what an ung is we block off the back of the ear. It's a professional warm-up exercise. Yep, so you do 3 sets of ungs.
So 3 of those. I do 2 of the wee falsettos.
Yep.
And then I start doing some cries. And I do the art scale.
Yep.
And then I'm done. I'm ready to go. Maybe a couple of...
What about would you do any harder stuff for your harder voice?
No, not really. I never feel like I need to. I do a bit before, like if I'm side of stage, I'll start doing the sounds, start building up the sounds. Like I do a little bit like on side of stage because I still gotta set up my equipment, gotta do that. So I do my like 20-minute, 25-minute warm up. Then I go set up my stuff, and while I'm setting up, I do a bit of the huskier screams or a couple of ungs while I'm going and stuff like that, just to keep myself warmed up. And then I get off stage and I do maybe 1 or 2 ungs and
to cool down.
Yeah.
Now, do you start warming up like a half an hour before you get up on stage?
About that. Yeah. About that.
Okay.
Depending on it's like it all depends on the time slot, like where you are in the bill. If you're main support or your headline, you've got so much time. But if you're an opener, you don't have any time because you just did a little warm up for your sound check, and now you have to warm down and then warm up again and then sing and then warm down. It's like that. So you have to change for what you are in the bill.
Yep. Just taking it back a little bit further than that. For instance, if you're going to get on at 9 o'clock being the main support, for instance, what would your day routine be? Like your lunch? Do you get up later? What do you eat? Do you have something more to eat at lunchtime and not anything to eat before the show? And then do you eat after the show? And
I think no matter what, I always eat after.
Yeah.
Even if I'm main support or opening, I never eat before a show.
So not even during the day?
Oh yeah, I do. Like breakfast and lunch is fine, as long as it's 4 hours before you play. Well, as long as you feel good, you'll know in yourself. But I always eat afterward, unless I am the headline, because you can eat an early dinner and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because you're not on until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So
yeah.
You can normally get away with it. But yeah, I kind of treat the day as normal. Because as soon as you start changing things too drastically, you start getting stressed and nervous.
Yeah.
For me personally, so I just go about my day the normal way, and I just don't eat dinner.
Yep. Yep. And you're drinking water during the day?
Yep. Water only, really water.
Yep.
Or a bit of Powerade, because on tour you can get pretty tired and dead. So.
Yep. Yep. Getting to the venue, if you were going to be the headliner or the main support, how early would you get to the venue before your show? If you're going to get on at 9, for instance.
Well, you got to get in for load in. So whatever time the venue lets you in. So it's normally like load in would be like 2 to 4, and then if you're headlining, you get first sound check. So you sound check for however long, or if you're opening. You watch the headline band sound check at like 4 or 5, and then you sound check from 6 to 7, and then doors are at 8, and then you play at 8:30 kind of thing. So it just depends on the venue.
Yeah, So it's an all day thing, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much. If you're going to play a show, it's most of the day.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. What was your pre-recording for the new album, vocal preparation, before recording and pre-production of the songs? Did you do anything differently or special on the new Dark Pool album than what you did on the Butterfly EP or the 13 EP to do with pre-production or pre-recording?
I think so. I think in a good way and a bad way, because we self-produced. All the vocals were actually done at my friend's house, who plays bass, Cage.
On even the Dark Pool album?
Yeah, on the whole Dark. We self-produced the whole thing.
Oh wow!
So in just a bedroom, really. So we, if I was going to record vocals, I'd either have no time to warm up, or I'd have the whole day to warm up. Like if I had an idea while we were in there, I'd say, you know, plug in the mic, let's do it now. I'd do a trill, or not even, and I'd just start singing. But because of my new singing techniques, like having no warm up with that sort of stuff wasn't too bad. It was fine. I could go for a longer period of time, but if I wanted to really do a big session, like a big vocal day, I would warm up the same as I would for a show.
Yep.
And then make sure I'd warm down so I could do it the next day. But we never really had the same schedule we had with Butterfly. That Butterfly, you have, if you go to someone else to record, you have 4 or 5 days of guitars, you have 3 of drums, and you have 3 or 4 of singing. And so you have to take care of yourself for those 4 days. But for when we recorded Pool, we didn't really have that. It was just like whenever I had something, I'd go record it. Go home.
Which I think is good.
I think
because
cool.
You can get into the groove of that one song. When you're banking up, you got 2 or 3 days to do your vocals. You got to do all the songs in one sort of nearly run, basically, over a couple of days. So.
Which means that some aren't going to sound the way you want it compared to others.
Yep.
Because your voice is naturally going to get tired.
Yep.
Which means you're naturally going to sound tired.
Yeah.
Which is like, nah.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely cool. It'd be cool to space vocal days out, you know, and have one day here, drums, vocals, guitar, vocals kind of thing, but that's not really how it works.
Yeah. I know Dead Letter Circus did that on one of their albums. I think the Catalyst Fire album. I think they did each track individually with Forrester at Sing Sing. Okay. Okay, you use a variety of different vocal tones and singing techniques such as clean, husky, screaming, extremely high clean singing and falsetto. What is your inspiration and influence to use all these different vocal ranges and textures? Because I do see that it has changed a little bit over over the course of the EPs, because I think the 13 EP, you were even doing some nearly like death metal stuff on that, which you don't really do that anymore. No. And you're doing, I suppose, a little bit more cleaner stuff now, a bit more sort of harder stuff as well too. But especially with the Nurture single, where you're going in and out of falsetto amazingly well, which is sort of a thing that's not in many of your other songs, but I think it's a great hook.
It's very hard, and
I think it's personally, it's my favourite song of yours. I had a quick look on Spotify. Just let's go back to that. What's your most? Do you know what your most played song is on Spotify? I went to have a look at that last night, and then I went, "What am I on Spotify for?"
I think Reptile.
Is it?
Reptile's like over 1 million or something like that.
Which is off the 13.
No, it's off Butterfly.
Yes, it is off Butterfly. Sorry. Yes,
and
it
then
is.
it'd be Coven, I'd say, because Coven was released a while ago. But
Yep.
Where We Go is the most played so far, like for the time period.
Yep. Yeah, which is a new single, guys. Check it out. It's fantastic. All these 3 song tracks are fantastic. The whole album's really great as well too. So, the instrumental track.
Never Plays.
Yes.
Yeah, I played that on piano.
So that was your inspiration. It's something very different to everything else that's on the album.
Yeah, I think we really wanted something like that because I don't know, it just separates the songs. Like I don't like having too many like instrumental or just like nothing tracks on an album. I feel like everything needs to fit, everything needs to mean something. But for this one, I was just like, we needed a big intro for where we go, because the last song, you know, means the most to us.
This is an instrumental track that we're talking about as well too, guys, if you don't know. Do you use that track live?
We might. We haven't so far, but I'd love to play around with something like that. It'd be fun.
I was even thinking having it as an intro before you guys get up on stage.
Yeah, having Where We Go as the first song. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's my thing. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to the question there. So you use a variety of different vocal tones and techniques: clean, husky, screaming, extremely high falsetto. What inspired and influenced you to use these different vocal ranges?
I think what inspired me was learning how to do them, you know, more than anything. I mean, because for Butterfly and for 13, I was kind of just doing what I thought I could do.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, if I can do it, I'll do it. You know, I just made melodies that are a bit too high and a bit too hard, and I was just playing around. But for Dark Pool, I kind of zoned in on what I can do, and I looked at my ability, and I'm just like, if I can, you know, there's smarter ways to get to these and to do these things. And so when I made Melodies, I was like, okay, these are very high notes and these are big jumps, but I can do it in a smarter way and use my falsetto or use my mixed voice for a whole section if I need to, because I don't need the power. I think it was just, it was definitely, the inspiration was being able to understand my voice now and being able to know what I can do.
Yep.
Which was, you know, that's the hardest part of learning, isn't it, with your voice.
With the Butterfly, I remember working on the Butterfly EP with you, and some of the stuff was excruciatingly high in true voice. It's like, you know, we're going around C's and D's and stuff like that, and even higher. I think it was a D sharp there that we did in mixed voice. We ended up going up there in mixed voice, but I know
I didn't even know what mixed voice was at that point.
Yeah, mixed voice is a mixture between true voice and falsetto, for those that don't know that. And Jacob uses this a lot in his high range.
A lot.
Sting from Police and probably Giddy Lee from Russia too. Really, they use it quite a lot when they were singing as well too. For those of you who are a little bit older, if not, Google those two bands there, especially Rush. They're amazing. Okay, fantastic. Now, you nearly answered this question earlier as well too. Again, this is a question from a fan here. What made you want to get into music and singing? So you pretty much gave us a run through at the start there. So that pretty much answered that there.
Yeah, my parents played a lot as well, like around the house, and I just
played music.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did your parents play?
My parents played. Well, my dad always played Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
like constantly, and my mum always played Jeff Buckley.
Yeah.
And he's like one of my biggest influences as a vocalist. So.
Yeah. Amazing.
He's so good, like so good.
Did your mum ever play Tim Buckley, his dad?
No. Is he good? I've never listened to him.
Check him out. Check out Postcards from LA. Check that one out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Crazy voice.
Crazy voice, so it runs in the family.
Yes, crazy vibrato. I'd like to get your opinion on his vibrato. Nearly goat-like, but yeah, very, very good, very talented. So, fantastic. Okay. You spoke a little bit about this before, that you warm up and then you go and check out your vocal rig. What does your live vocal rig setup consist of?
Alright, so this has changed a lot. And we kind of finalised it on this pool tour that we just did, because my custom molds got smashed on the flight. So we figured it out. So
take them in carry-on luggage from now on in.
Yeah, don't trust Virgin. So we run. I bring a mic.
Did you get that? Was that insured? Did you get those?
No, they're not insured for accidents apparently. So
that's fun.
Yeah, trying to tell me about it. Anyway, so I bring my own mic to every show, because using other mics is really gross, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. What sort of mic do you use?
Mine's what's the one you have? It's the
Beta 58A.
Beta 58A. That's the one.
Cordless?
No. I will get a wireless though.
Yeah.
You wait. Download.
You wait.
I'm gonna get a gold wireless mic.
Are you gonna spray it gold?
Yeah, I reckon. It'd be gangster. Or just get a gold one. I don't know if they have gold ones. So I plug that into a splitter, and the splitter goes to our laptop, which you know, so my in-ears, and then it goes to the front of house, so they can control my reverb and all that sort of effects and stuff. And in the session I can control the amount of reverb I have, so I can actually sing along to my own reverb rather than them making it. So it means I can vibe along to my stuff a lot easier.
And you can adjust that yourself on your pack?
My levels of my pack, but my reverb levels on the computer.
Yeah. Excellent. So it's a pretty simple
basic setup
that you've got.
It used to be more full on because we controlled all the vocal effects through the session, and so we'd have to make them change and cut and everything in the song and stuff. It was very hard. But the thing with that is that all those effects would go in my in-ears, and sometimes they would overpower my voice. So I'd be pushing really hard to hear what I was doing while these delays are doing all this dumb shit. So yeah, it's a lot easier now.
So it's a lot. You've got a lot less in your ears now.
Yeah. So now
what do you have in your ears? Can you tell us what you? Obviously, a little bit of guitar.
So now it's a lot of stage sound because my in-ears couldn't cope with the amount of distorted guitars we had. So the cymbals pick up so much in a mic. So it's just like all my in-ears were doing was like, and I just couldn't hear anything. My pitching was terrible. I was like, what's going on? So what we did is we made sure my mic's kind of a bit hot and it picks up stage sound, and I get guitars, bass and samples and click as well, but kind of like a bit on the side, so my pitching is a lot easier to do.
Yeah, but mainly vocal. Vocal would be what?
Vocal's the main one. So it's vocals the loudest.
What percentage would the vocals be?
Probably 60%.
60%.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And everything else.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's more important to hear yourself than it is anything else. Because you can always take an ear out if you have to, and just have the fallbacks running.
Yeah. And you still have you got your fallbacks running as well too.
Depends on the show. Some don't have it because some, if the headline band don't want them, then there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
so we played at Enter Shikari. They didn't have any fallbacks, so I had to boost everything up because I couldn't hear anything. As soon as you take it up, there's nothing on stage. And we didn't have cabs either. No,
wow.
So it was all direct. So no sound at all on stage.
And okay, so tell us a little bit about that, about having fallback on the ground and then not having fallback.
Well, not having it made me push, and it made me actually... No, I didn't blow out, but I definitely felt rough afterward. My voice was a bit gone because I had to fight. So
the fallbacks actually, as a rule, help you out?
I think cabs help the most.
Yeah.
Having stage sound is so important, I think, because you're able to hear a lot more, and even if you're struggling in your ears, you can take it out. And you can ask the dudes on the monitors to turn you up or to turn other things up just in case there's like a backup plan. But I reckon no stage sound, your ears has to be amazing, like to be able to cope with that, because all you have on stage is just drums.
Yeah.
But it comes with practice, as well.
A good learning curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I know for Europe, if there's no monitors on stage, I gotta chill. I gotta turn my pack up. I gotta get away from the drums, and I gotta make sure that everything in my in-ears is a good level. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll blow out.
And you're not trying to sing over the top of everything.
Sing over everything.
Yeah. Very, very important. Fantastic. What was your songwriting process? And do you come up with melodies or lyrics firstly?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I come up with lyrics first. I think what I normally do is I go on my notes if I have any sort of idea or one line. I write the one line, and then I write paragraphs. Just paragraphs and paragraphs of lyrics. And then if I have a melody later on, I can just go through and pick and choose what I want that fits. Because I think it's a lot easier to fit lyrics to a melody than melodies to a lyric. Yes. Because you're changing your melody for the amount of syllables you have, which I don't think is good. So I do it the other way, and I kind of fit lyrics to work. If I don't like how they're placed, I can change little bits and pieces, and it works a lot easier. Yeah, because I've seen you. I've gone through songs, and we're going through them, and how we nearly sort of bend things or hold things out so we can make it fit within the melody. Even though there probably wasn't as many syllables or consonants in there to fit it out, you would just let it flow through. Just let it go. Which I think was a really good technique, a great writing technique as well too. So, and with that,
does the band come up with some music, Jacob, or do you go to the band with an idea and then you jam it out? What's the process that you start to put the actual song, the music together with it, or do you write some of the music as well too? What's the?
Our guitarist Ethan writes all the instrumentals.
Yep.
Pretty much everything, and he's crazy. He's crazy. Sometimes he comes up with vocal melodies if he needs to, and he'll give them to me, and I'll be like, "Wow, that's really hard."
So does he come with music to you, or do you go with your lyrics that you're messing around with to him and say, "I've got this. Can you write something around it?"
Oh, a bit of both. I'd say, yeah, a bit of both. Yeah, we're pretty open with the way we write because we've been writing together for maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
And so he kind of, if he has an idea, he'll send it to me, and then maybe he'll have a piano with like a little melody idea that he had for me, and I can kind of chop and change it and make stuff to it, or maybe I'll leave it. Like for the song The Haze, he pretty much wrote that chorus.
And you're saying that he pushes you as well, so he writes some crazy melodies.
Yeah, he does, because that one's crazy, because he doesn't
know the voice.
He doesn't know the voice. And he's just like, well, here's all, and it was just like, these jumps are massive. I'm like, dude, like, this is sick, but it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, just do it, man. It's all good.
I think Queen, watching the Queen movie, it looks like that they did that in the Queen movie as well. So
Yeah.
they all sort of pushed each other.
Which is great.
As well too.
Yeah, and I definitely sit there with him, and he's got something, I'll be like, oh, just do it. You know, maybe what about more like this? And he'll be like, yeah, I'll try it. And we did it. He's like, man, that's hard. And we'll be like, yeah,
that's cool.
Exactly. Same with drums, same with bass. I think everyone pushes each other in the writing process.
Your drummer's crazy.
He's really good, isn't he? We've known Mater since we were young as well. He was the only drummer who wasn't me in Battle of the Bands to drum, so we got him on, and he was really good, and
he's got better and
kicking
better.
goals since then.
Yeah, his drumming's fantastic. Very, very good drummer.
He nailed it on Pool, definitely.
Yeah,
it's his best drumming so far.
Yeah, 100%. That's all I said. I see his drumming is definitely improved,
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely. Okay. Just another one. It's a very simple question, but I think it's a very good question here as well too. How do you come up with such great melodies?
I don't. I think making yourself very open to different genres is what will push you to have better ideas.
Because you have a lot of big jumps.
Yeah,
which are big
jumps.
Hooks.
They seem to do alright, which is weird. I think that's the best way I can describe making stuff like that is making sure you listen to literally anything but the genre you're playing.
Yeah.
So as soon as you only listen to your genre, you're going to be boxed in straight away, and you're going to have some run-ins with melodies you're happy with, but melodies you know other people have already had.
Yep.
And I think as long as you keep your music knowledge big, you can take things as you go and see different ideas and see different ways to approach different melodies and stuff. But other than that, I don't know.
You just make them up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you ever get on the piano and just make them on the piano?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do that a lot more than I would just humming them. Sometimes I just freestyle stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get up to the vocal booth thing or the mic or whatever, and I just say press record.
Yes.
Let's see what happens. Let's have some fun with this. I think the best way to do vocals is to feel it. You got to feel where you want to go, what you want to sound like.
Good to hear the chords are being played though, so you know what notes you're going to be using in the melody there. It's actually very important to just freestyle. That's fantastic. Okay. What is in the pipeworks in 2020? I know that you're playing the Download Festival and you're going to be touring nationally around Australia. Tell us a little bit about the Download Festival. How did you get asked to do that through Unified or independently or through management?
I think our booking agent got it for us, which is sick. He does it so much behind the scenes work with that sort of stuff. But yeah, we got Download and we were stoked. It's a big, huge festival for us.
Do you know what stage you're playing on already this early?
Nah, they say you get this stage, but they don't. Like, they say you get a certain stage, but then they won't actually tell you until closer to the date when they sort out the lineup for the day and all that sort of stuff. So I don't really know. I've also never been before, so I don't know what to expect.
There's a couple, so there's 2 dual stages. So look out for Jacob very early playing probably the main stage.
I would love that.
That'd be great.
It would be. Then again, the 10th stage would be sick too, because you get good sound.
Yeah.
Really good sound quality in there. So.
Yeah. Fantastic. touring, anything else planned?
So far nothing really planned, but Europe and download. We'll be touring around Australia, I'm guessing, of course, as usual. We'll be doing some headline stuff, but so far I think we're just thinking about writing.
Yeah.
Starting to do an album too.
Now, what about America? Have you got much interest in America?
We did, and we do, but so far nothing's really lined up perfectly for us yet. Yeah, no, nothing yet that really was going to be great. So, it might still happen.
Yeah. All right, we're going to whip through these. Your career as a singer, what's been the highlight so far?
Probably learning how to scream that didn't hurt.
Yep.
Like figuring that out was like, I remember messaging you 100 times being like, oh, I've done it, I think.
Yes.
And it was an eye-opener to my own voice, because it's totally different to anything I thought singing was.
Yep.
Not using power, using technique, and that was like such a foreign concept to me, and then learning that made learning singing a lot easier.
Yep.
And just being like, okay, technique over power.
Yep.
That's how you go into singing. I think the biggest thing is a metal singer.
Especially touring as well.
Exactly.
Too.
Touring and being a metal vocalist, pretending on stage that it's power and not technique is like what you do.
Yep.
You pretend that these notes are killing you, but really you're thinking so hard about how to get to these places, and it's just how it is.
It's not as easy as what it looks, guys.
No, it's a lot harder.
Jacob, what is the one piece of advice that you would give a budding up-and-coming singer?
Give vocal lessons.
Yep.
Definitely, straight away. And just keep practicing. Like, I think that was a foreign concept to me for a long time. I was just like, yeah, I'll get good at some point. It'll just happen at a show. But no, it's practice like every day. Like, that's how you do it.
Yeah, and being open-minded, and I think self-aware as well too. Feeling what's going on, trying different things,
Exactly.
tightening less, more breathing. Placement of sound is very important within the head. Soft palate, hard palate, lower front teeth. Okay, let's do the run to the line here. Your favourite singer?
Oh, my favourite singer? Jeff Buckley.
Your favourite song?
Oh, I'm going to say Feel Good Inc. Gorillaz.
Your favourite album that you would take on to a deserted island, and it can't be a best of or a live album?
Grace, Jeff Buckley.
It's a dark album to listen to all the way through.
Hell yeah.
I get through that. I get 2/3 of the way through that, and I need to listen to some Beatles to make me happy. Your favourite song that you enjoy singing the most?
The Haze.
The Haze?
Yeah. It's just interesting. It's fun for a vocalist because it's a lot of falsetto. It's a lot of pretty stuff.
Yep.
There's no hard singing in any of that. Well, not. I mean, like, there's no heavy screaming or anything like that. It's just a fun song.
Fantastic.
It's our sound check song.
Fantastic. The most memorable show or performance that you have witnessed?
As in, I've been to.
Exactly, as a punter.
Hans Zimmer.
Yep.
At Rod Laver Arena. It was amazing.
Wow.
So good.
Fantastic. Why?
Because they were just so many amazing, amazing musicians all in one group.
Yep.
But they all had time to shine at different places. Like, no one was fighting each other, and it was just incredible to watch.
Fantastic. Most memorable show or performance that you have done in Thornhill?
I'm gonna say Sydney on the Dark Pool tour.
Wow.
It was insane.
Right.
Was
That's
so good.
just gone.
Yeah, that just happened. Yeah, it was only a couple of weeks ago.
Why?
People were just so loud and so incredibly feisty. People were just moving around, jumping around, people getting on stage, jumping off. It was just like such a good show.
I remember one of the first times that you came in to a singing lesson and you said that someone was mouthing the lyrics back to one of your songs. And it was a big moment for you.
Yeah, and then you go to shows like that and it's just like, they're so loud, so overpowering. I wouldn't even have to sing, they
to
just
your songs.
sing it. Yeah.
That's great.
So sick.
Fantastic. That's exciting. Do you have an idol?
Yeah, Ollie Sykes.
Ollie Sykes.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon.
What a man.
Have you personally met him?
No.
No. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he'll support you guys one day.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. If you could have a dinner party, invite 2 famous people, dead or alive, who would they be? I threw in dead or alive then.
I was going to say, let's say Freddie Mercury, because that'd be sick.
Yeah.
He'd be a cool guy.
Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh.
What a
What a dinner party.
I don't want him to talk, I just want him to sing the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Be a lot of booze going down there as well too.
Right.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Not really.
No? Okay. Your favourite leisure activity or hobby besides singing and songwriting?
Playing video games.
Cool. Do you have a favourite video game?
Right now it's Modern Warfare.
Cool. Do you have a personal motto that you live by? And if so, what is it?
Yeah, actually. It's for my anxiety, which is anything that will be has already been.
Yeah.
So there's no point being stressed about it.
Yeah.
It's already happened.
Fantastic.
In other worlds. So just get through it.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Excellent. Fantastic. Your fondest and best memory, just in life, besides being born?
I don't even think I remember that. I reckon it was getting my first guitar.
Yep. What sort of guitar was it?
Some really bad one. It was like a Lion, I think they were called. Came with a little amp. And I remember I cried all through Christmas. And I just played Smoke on the Water. And it was amazing. Actually, I might have even played something worse than that. Like I wouldn't even know.
Your biggest life-changing moment?
Ooh, probably the Dark Pool.
Why?
Because we didn't expect for it to be the way it was. We didn't expect
As in the sound or the success?
The success. The sound was like, we've been writing it the whole time, so we know what was going on and what we wanted to sound like, but the success was insane.
Fantastic. But you've worked hard, Jake, and you deserve the success that you've got. You're making waves on the Butterfly EP. You know, people were talking about you then. You know, people were asking me about you. So you deserve all the success that you get.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Do you have a most embarrassing moment?
On stage, for sure.
Let's go with this one.
Yeah, I remember the first time UNFD came to watch us, to scout us. I was singing with the mic, and I tripped on the mic lead, pulled the mic out, stopped, and I was still singing in it with no sound, and then I dropped the mic. And then I had to get it back and put it back in, and then it made heaps of feedback, and then I had to keep singing. It was so bad. And they still put us on. The label.
The whole thing is not really, is they're looking for a diamond in the rough. They don't care about a mistake like that because that happens to anyone, you know. They're looking at the bigger picture. They're looking at long game as well, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums down the track, whether you guys have got what it takes. Not about dropping a microphone. Like, we're nearly there. What would you do if you had 1 year to live?
Same thing I'm doing.
Wow, that's fantastic. Guys, do that, okay? If you had 1 week to live, same thing.
Probably. Yeah.
Fantastic. Mate, that pretty much wraps up. Do you want to leave the viewers with anything, Jacob?
Keep singing.
Keep singing,
Keep rocking
have
on.
fun,
Absolutely.
make sure that you're chasing your dreams and being happy doing what you're doing because life is way too short.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Thanks for coming in, mate. I really appreciate it. That was fantastic. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Peace and love. Be good to each other. Out.